Hey, it's Ricky. Hey, we've been going through our day and it's been quite the morning trying to get all of our homeschool stuff together. And I have to say, I've been a little bit unprepared for how much work I put on my plate for printing out all these books, but it's still been really exciting to see and to get prepared for all the homeschool stuff. So I just kind of wanted to share with you guys some of the things that are on my mind as we start our school year. We'll probably start in about a week or so, and it's the 13th of August right now, and I'm really excited to get started. The kids are excited as well, and it's going to be a fun year. This is our second year of homeschooling. My oldest is going into 9th grade. Her first year of homeschool was for 8th grade, and we decided to pull them out, not for any specific reason other than just feeling like we really want to be more involved and in charge of the kids' school, and just the things that they are interacting with, and being able to give them different kinds of experiences that the public school system doesn't necessarily offer, and having more choice and more ownership over their education. So I'm really excited to be going into the second year of homeschool. It was definitely a learning curve last year, but it went really, really smoothly, and I can't imagine having it any other way at this point. So as we move into our second year, I am really trying to focus on being intentional, especially with time and with our purposes and our priorities. Last year, I overscheduled myself and put a few more things on my plate than I really should have or felt comfortable with. So I kind of pulled back everything this past year, and then I'm sure that we're going to have plenty of time and space to be able to add more things in and more things on top. But for now, I just wanted to be able to be more free to be available for the kids. So I just took a lot of things off of my plate. And I think that's really important as you start out, is just to be able to start out with a clean slate and not be too ambitious at first. Just to be able to see what it's really going to look like and then adding things in after, rather than just diving into all the co-ops and all the extracurricular things that you could do and all the just different events. It kind of can create some burnout, and I definitely experienced that a little bit, and I had to pull back from some things. But this year I'm really excited to see what our year will look like and how we've just made a lot of room time-wise to be able to add some different kinds of things in and be able to explore what we really want to add in. So I'm excited about that. First thing that I kind of focused on was, first of all, getting the curriculum. We are using Masterbooks, which is a really phenomenal thing. It's very easy to it lays everything out for you, and it's made it really simple for me just to kind of follow along and have a guideline and a timeline, even to be able to know when I want to have our semesters go, know how our weeks are going to go. So I've really enjoyed that. I'm sure that eventually I might branch out to some other things, but I've really enjoyed the Masterbooks curriculum. So that's our first thing that we've kind of nailed down. And then we focused yesterday on just looking at what our schedule would look like, our weekly schedule and our daily schedules. Last year, we started out with our schedule. I tried to mimic the public school system. And as many times as I heard somebody say, don't do what you think the public school, don't try to follow the public school schedule and just make it your own. I was comfortable with what they were doing, so I tried to mimic it. And it wasn't that bad, but I quickly found out that it just wasn't flowing as I wanted it to. And so we went to a block schedule. And I really love the block scheduling at this point in time. We are able to get focused on one subject for the day, or maybe even two, and have a time period where they can work through all their material. go through all of the things. And then as we go through the week, sometimes they still have to come back to finish up some things, but most of the time they can get a lot of things done, and they can understand all the new lessons that they're trying to learn. And they've really enjoyed that. They've thrived on that, and it's given us a lot of freedom to be able to just get a solid couple days of work in, and then we have at least one free day where we can go do some fun things, go to the park or go see some friends or something like that. So that's something that I've really enjoyed. And then after we've scheduled our week, I really wanted to have a daily routine that they were definitely. So we start our day with getting up, of course, having our breakfast, starting out with our Bible time, our devotionals, and then moving on into the option of doing our fitness, which I am really determined to do every single day. I feel as though as adults, we need to move our bodies every day, and as children, they need to move their bodies every day as well. And especially when we're home and we're comfortable, it's kind of hard to get pushed back into that direction where you do have to pursue that physical activity. At school, they have recess and they get to go play on the playground, and of course I send the kids out every single day outside, but having that intentional movement every day is something that we're really going to focus on this year, and building those habits of daily exercise, daily fitness. So as these kids move, it's so fun to see them become confident and become really assured of themselves as they move their bodies. It just starts the day out in on such a different foot than letting them just do whatever they want. They have the freedom to go and move through their day as they want, but there are certain standards and certain boundaries that we've put in place, and I'm excited to see what that looks like throughout this school year. We had a kind of a test run of it this summer where before they could do any kind of tech or do anything like that they had to move their bodies for half an hour at least, and they had to take care of their daily stuff. And I think sometimes, I mean, for me in the past, for sure, I've just let summer be free for all, do whatever you want, and not a lot of structure. And this summer it's been really nice to have a little bit of structure, especially at the beginning of the day, where they take care of themselves and start building that habit of setting the priority of health. So as we carry that on into the homeschool days, that's really exciting to be able to have as a foundation of the day. The last thing I want to talk about is as moms, it's really easy to let ourselves get distracted by all the things that we have to do throughout the day, because there's a lot of things, different tasks, and especially with homeschooling, there's a lot on our plate. And one thing I've found though that I have to be keeping as a priority in my life is setting aside time to pull in and plan and check in with myself, check in with God, and also pursue health. So in the morning, that's my time, and it might look different for you, but in the morning I try to get up earlier than everybody else, and get in my devotional time, and then move my body in a significant way, whether that's running or lifting weights or going for a walk. It can be simple, but moving intentionally and getting our blood flowing, and also focusing on God and what He has to say to us throughout the day, it really just lays that foundation for the day and for your life, really, that you're feeling good, you're feeling energized, and you're feeling refreshed. And if you can start your day off that way, I find that that's one of the best things for me to be able to, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm feeling like I have too many things on my plate, or I don't know how to navigate something, if I am consistent with those things, everything else is just a little bit easier. There's a lot of science that backs up those things to be able to just live a healthy life. And I know that as a mom, I can sometimes just let that go, because I just feel like, oh, I just don't want to do this today. I just want to sit down, or I just have had so much stress. I don't want to deal with that, or I don't want to push myself a little bit harder today. When I find that when I challenge myself to stay consistent with those things and challenge myself to move my body and do hard things, that leads the way for not only myself but also my family, to help them to be inspired to do that same thing. It's amazing that when I do a workout or something like that, and my kids are around, obviously they're here all the time, they see me doing that consistently and they are inspired to do the same thing. Do they push themselves to go do it on their own? Not necessarily, but hopefully as they grow up and as they build their life, that they will see that this is a healthy habit that should be carried on through their life. And I think that's the first thing that we should do, and as we just need to lead by example and really be aware of how we are leading by example. And it's not just, you need to do this, or these are the things that you need to accomplish. It's saying, I have things that I want to accomplish. I have goals that I want to set for myself. And if they see me reaching my goals, they're going to be that much more inspired to reach for goals for themselves as they grow. And I've definitely seen evidence of that with my kids in my life. And I'm just really excited to see how this next school year goes, and how they develop, and how I develop and change, and how I reach my goals, and hopefully they'll build their own sets of goals, and they already have, but hopefully they'll start thinking about other things that they want to build as well. So that's it. That's all I have today, and I hope that it's inspired you to really look at your schedule, look at your life, and assess what's really important. Family, faith, living a whole healthy life. I'll take you along the ride this year and show you how things are working, and what things are working and what things aren't. And we'll see you next time.